It is very fitting that this motion comes before the House on this, the final sitting of the Assembly before Remembrance Sunday. In a few days' time, men, women and children across Northern Ireland will stand in silence. We will lay wreaths. We will honour courage, sacrifice and duty. But remembrance cannot be a mere sentiment. It must be practical. If our words and actions on Sunday are sincere, then our actions in this chamber will reflect them. The motion before us recognises the value that our service personnel, our veterans and their families bring to our society. It affirms that they should not be disadvantaged in accessing services. It welcomes the legal duty to give due regard to the Armed Forces Covenant. On paper, it is sound, but we must be honest with ourselves. The experience of too many veterans here tells us a different story. Earlier this week, my office spoke with a veteran who was injured while serving his country. We showed him the motion and asked him to give us our thoughts on what he made of it. And I will quote some of what he said. "The motion is fine on paper, but the reality on the ground is very different for most veterans here. A lot of us are still waiting years for treatment for injuries we got while serving." He went on, "Veterans with medical discharge paperwork are still treated like they are trying to cheat the system. PIP assessors don't understand service-related injuries, and you have to keep proving the same injury over and over during each review. Northern Ireland is the only part of the UK with no proper veterans' mental health service. Charities are doing the work government should be doing. And perhaps the most sobering line of all, veterans don't want praise or pity. We just want the covenant honoured in practice, not just mentioned in debates. Mr Deputy Speaker, if we ask people to risk life and limb for their country, we owe them more than platitudes when they come home. This motion isn't calling for special treatment. It's calling for fairness. It's unacceptable that years after service, men and women in other parts of the United Kingdom benefited from the Covenant. People in Northern Ireland can't see it delivering for them. Service-related injuries are treated differently, and there's no understanding of their impact with repeated assessments in Northern Ireland. Government staff lack Covenant training. Mental health support is left to charities, often without core funding from the health service. Military qualifications are not properly recognised by employers. That is disadvantage. That is failure, and that must change. So yes, I welcome the motion, and I'm proud to add my name to it. But let me be clear, warm words are not delivery. And at this stage of the debate, I do want to pay tribute to the Veterans Commissioner and his office and staff for the help and support that they give and deliver to veterans the length and breadth of this country. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank Mr Buckley, Mr Frew and indeed Andy Allen for bringing this motion together, and especially for Andy for bringing his lived experience, for he has served this country with distinction. And I want to pay tribute for the service that he has given to us. In closing, Mr Deputy Speaker, respect is not expressed in motions but in meaningful policy. On Remembrance Service, on Remembrance Sunday, we will rightly say, we remember them. Today, let us prove we mean it by removing disadvantage, not merely acknowledging it.